Welcome back, guys. So, the topic we're going to discuss is on what is the real cost of owning a private island? So, without any further delay, let's get started right on. Large numbers of us fantasy about claiming a private island. However, not many of us are sufficiently rich to really make this little glimpse of heaven. The fortunate few incorporate stars like Beyoncé and Jay-Z, Leonardo DiCaprio, and George Clooney, every one of whom dished out millions for their own reserved cut of heaven. Islands are sold everywhere in the world for under $100,000, enticing those searching for an excursion retreat or absolute difference in pace. That is a small part of the expense of possessing a home on the planet's huge urban communities. Normal costs in London have hit $750,000, while Manhattan is much costlier at $970,000. How much does a private island cost? This truly is a definitive million-dollar or multi-million-dollar question. Private islands can truly run in cost dependent on the spot, size, and how much development as of now exists on the island. For example, a lacking 6 section of land island in Nova Scotia, Canada, can be bought for around $65,000. At the opposite finish of the range, a 110 section of land created island in Thailand is marked down for $160 million. Obviously, any occupied island with convenience, power, and running water will regularly begin in the large numbers of dollars. So while some essential alternatives are achievable, to make them livable, being a mogul or victor of one of the greatest lottery big stakes may be important to pay for venture. Where are private islands available? Set forth plainly, any place on the planet. Private Islands Incorporated, probably the biggest organization on the planet that practices solely in the deal and rental of private islands. They record islands in Africa, the Caribbean, South America, Asia, Central America, South Pacific, Europe, Canada, and the United States. This envelops around 40 nations, states, and regions. How informal is the process of buying an island? It contrasts from one country to another in view of government laws concerning unfamiliar possession. For instance, in Canada, where there are more private islands available to be purchased than any place on the planet, there are basically no limitations on non-Canadian residents buying freehold private islands, and the cycle has been intended to be generally clear. Notwithstanding, in numerous Asian nations, freehold is uncommon and is frequently just accessible at the kind of galactic costs that would make even Jeff Bezos' eyes water. At that point, there are nations, similar to Italy and Greece, where unfamiliar freehold proprietorship is accessible. Yet there is a lot of formality and administration to manage. How about we enjoy the dream for 1 minute and take a gander at the magnificent reasons why claiming a private island could be a definitive dream. Shortage is one of the incredible drivers of significant worth and status. The more uncommon something is, the more alluring it becomes. While there are a lot of private islands, they are still the low number up in the hundreds. Claiming a private island makes an individual one from an exclusive club. The essential motivation behind why the vast majority are keen on claiming a private island is the security it can offer. Regardless of whether you need total harmony and calm, or to have uproarious gatherings, there are no neighbours to upset your way of life decisions. For the individuals who need to lease their private island, there is a higher rental pay potential than Terran properties. Obviously, the underlying monetary costs are frequently more noteworthy. However, the selectiveness factor implies private island proprietors can charge a premium to imminent tenants. Also, let's talk about the cons of private island ownership. As recently addressed, possessing a developed private island will very likely run into the large numbers of dollars. Buying a turnkey island that as of now flaunts convenience, working power, water, and other day-to-day environments will usually impair a planned purchaser 8 figures. While purchasing a lacking island is a lot more modest beginning venture, carrying out the necessary foundation will see the expenses rapidly heighten. It's not simply the expenses of expanding on an island, however, the immense difficulties of the interaction. All materials should be sent or flown in, a nearby labour force should be employed, and putting together independent frameworks for water, sewage, web association, and sun-based boards require extraordinary endeavours. Past development, there will likewise be a lot of building rules and guidelines to cling to. On an unimportant level, what occurs in the event that you run out of milk or bread? You can't by and large go for a speedy stroll to the grocery store. On a more genuine level, What occurs on the off chance that somebody requires crisis clinical consideration? A private island is certainly not the most down-to-earth spot to be, if such occurrences happen. For certain individuals who have since a long time ago longed for possessing an island and have the monetary methods, or as of late won the lottery, to get it going, at that point they will see the stars as exceeding the cons. However, others may feel the expenses and strategic issues as too extraordinary to even consider making it worth the problem. In any case, claiming a private island would be quite cool. Isn't that so? So, that was all for today's video. Hope you liked and enjoyed the video, and make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Also, let us know in the comments if you're into buying a private island, or do you own one?